To our top stories, the death of a 21-year-old man in Arnprior is being treated as a homicide. He was found lying on the ground next to a vehicle on Russell Road last night and pronounced dead in hospital. Provincial police say an autopsy will be conducted. There's no word on any suspects. As one of the world's largest tech giants was handing out pink slips at its Ottawa headquarters, a smaller local firm was trying to snap up laid-off workers. Employees at IBM has issued layoffs to about 20% of its staff here in Ottawa, affecting hundreds of employees. In a statement, IBM would only say it is constantly rebalancing its workforce, and there has been reductions in some areas and hiring in others. Ottawa online shopping firm Shopify set up a makeshift hiring booth on the sidewalk outside IBM's headquarters, recruiting laid-off IBM workers. And joining us now live to talk more about this is Doug Tetzner, Head of Talent Acquisition at Shopify. Thanks so much for being with us, Doug.
Thank you.
First of all, I want to ask you how you were received by the laid-off IBM employees as you were set up right outside of their headquarters.
Yeah, it went over really well. I'd say 40 or 50 people came out to see us. Say of those, around 15 perhaps have been laid off. And overall the feedback was really positive.
Tell us a little bit more about Shopify, what it does, and how fast you're growing.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're an e-commerce platform. So say you had, say you make coffee cups and you wanted to sell them online. You could go to Shopify.com, set up your own online store, and sell your products without being a developer.
Okay.
So anyone can get online and sell their products. As for growth, January 2012, we had about 20,000 stores. Right now we have just around 60,000, and we'll probably be at 80,000 by the end of this year.
So you're growing fast, which means you have positions to fill. How many positions and what kind of jobs are they?
Yeah, I'd say they're predominantly software development roles. I wouldn't be surprised if we hire between 50 and 80 people by the end of this year. We've already this year hired 70 to 80 people. So it's we've been doubling every year for the last 5 years, and the growth is just incredible.
Someone who would have worked at IBM could be a good candidate?
Yeah, we've actually hired a few people from IBM recently, and it's worked out really well. Yeah, because when it comes to technology, so we're a Ruby on Rails environment, and you often hear people say, "Oh, well, I don't know Ruby on Rails, so I can't come work there." But it's not about the technology. We look for people who are enthusiastic and passionate about software development, and then we can train on the technology. So the message is, like, for passionate software developers who are really into it in Ottawa, check us out because we can train on the rest.
Okay, good stuff. Doug Tetzner from Shopify, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thanks.
Toronto's police chief will provide more details this morning about a series of police raids in Toronto and across southwestern Ontario. Up to 40 suspects have been arrested as police executed a number of warrants. The operation, dubbed Project Traveler, is targeting guns and drugs. One of the buildings raided this morning is linked to allegations against Toronto Mayor Rob Ford. According to reports, the apartment building is where an alleged video that showed the mayor allegedly smoking from a glass pipe was stored. The alleged video has not surfaced and its authenticity has not been substantiated. And the issue of decriminalizing prostitution heads to Canada's highest court today. The Supreme Court of Canada will hear legal arguments on the constitutionality of Canada's prostitution law. Last year, the Ontario Court of Appeal struck down part of the criminal code that bans bawdy houses, saying the ban puts sex workers in danger by forcing them to work outside. Lawyers for the federal and Ontario governments will argue today against any decriminalization of prostitution.